I'm back.
All right.
Okay, Joe. That's your usual. That's your usual, Joe. Okay, keep it up. Come on, give me another one.
Two white folks and four very chubby sticks. All of them are very old, and they're funny, but only one's got jokes. With your host and I, stoner and night, melody smoking Joe and Chuck dogs. We like to be called the club banger, although the clubs are closed. Now it's time to smoke somebody, start to show up. Cause the week's long, it's time to decompress. Leave your stress and come and have some fun now. That's the reason for the D420Show. Yeah, it's Thursday night, it's the end of the week. Smoke them buds, pour them drinks, kick off your shoes, sit back and think. The D420Show.
Very good. Very good.
That sounded horrible.
It just sounded all loud and shit. It didn't sound like that when it was first recorded.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Sounded horrible.
Yeah, but I don't know anybody who does music and DJs and shit. Because motherfuckers are scrubs that I hang out with.
Yeah, no doubt. I agree. I concur. I concur.
I was digging the Brady Bunch music though.
So I had just finished that a little while ago.
But we're not like the Bradys though.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
We got 2 white folks and 4 chubby sticks. Right?
Yeah.
And we don't swing like that.
There we go.
There he is.
Mikey, man.
No offense, Mr. Brady
Michael.
or Craig.
What's going on, Chubs?
What's up, man? How you been?
Good. How are you?
Oh, you got the Terminator X classes on. This shit is serious tonight, boy.
Bam.
This shit is serious. And we got Penny in the building.
Where is she? In Japan?
In that backdrop, huh, Penny?
No, she in Central Park. Yo, she's in Central Park. Hey, yo, Michael, she's in Central Park.
It don't look like that in Central Park, that's for sure.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
What's that? You're low again. You're better.
You better.
It does look like that after a MAGA parade, and people are getting beat the shit out of, and they're wearing red hats. Most of the leaves are just like that. I've seen a lot of them.
So
Anyway,
what's good?
What's going on, gentlemen? Welcome back. Still having problems with the damn camera. I just brought a new camera. Not because of the situation. I done spent a lot of money. I'm at $300 and something messing around with this stupidness. So what I'm saying is, if I don't get that to work, I'm gonna just do it through the. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't seem to get the HD cameras to be read on the computer. I had it. I bought the box. I think the box got jacked up. I think the box shorted out. I probably got to get another box. It was a little. I can do that. And then
So you saying
espionage shit that you have to upgrade your computer now.
So you said Ann, you saying your box is tore up?
I'm about to come up there, yes, sir.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that your box is tore up.
That's what I got.
Word up. Listen, I ain't even gonna lie. Y'all know the truth. My box is tore up.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because I got the headphones on getting old. I can't hear this ear.
I know, because your ears get up.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Your box is tore up. Okay.
That was the last skinny box.
It wasn't my choice, so.
He does have jokes.
No jokes tonight, because I get muted, and I got to ask to be unmuted and stuff like that, so I keep it to a minimum.
I see. Eric didn't get the memo about the apparel.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm gonna change that right now. My bad. Y'all continue. I can hear you, and I'm gonna go change. I'll be right back.
All right.
Not too sexy.
All right. So, I'm glad I put that.
We're feeding back, aren't we?
Yeah. Is Penny got a speaker on and you got a speaker on? That might be the problem.
I can't hear you.
No, you can't hear me at all. I hear me loud now.
There he is.
All right. How's that?
There you go.
What do you
know what
think?
you look like?
I told you, Mike. I got jokes.
You know what you look like? You know what you look like?
Yeah,
You
don't
look
matter.
like an old alcoholic trying to get a bottle. You come back.
That's okay. That's okay.
Come on. You can give me a bottle, Papi. Come on, Papito. You know, oh yeah, socio. Come on.
Dame un trago, un poquito.
But you got to admit it look good though, right?
I just said, you look like an old alcoholic.
Michael, I got the memo, Michael.
Hey, he got the memo. Let's just go to Goodwill and grab a jacket.
I got the memo. I went to Goodwill right quick. They was open. I got me a jacket right quick.
Damn.
They right down the block.
You're the 2021 version of Cousin Vinny.
That's right. That's me. That's right.
The two. She said,
As a 99, bam, got a pimping jacket.
That's right. Listen, you said dress code. Hey, listen, I wasn't here yesterday. I got the memo. I'm dressed. Okay?
You need to go get the scarf now, the silk scarf.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Oh my goodness. So what's good? What's good? What's going on? What are the topics today? What are we discussing?
So we got a couple different topics that I figured we could discuss today. Penny had just come across a story that was a bit dated, but it's still an interesting topic to talk about. And it was MMA fighter, transgender, who fought inside and hurt the girl she was fighting. So we'll discuss that one. That's the Fallon Fox fight. I want to talk about, I know probably nobody else want to talk about it, but Rush Limbaugh. Also want to talk about Texas and what's going on out there.
Yeah, my fucking parts are on order and they're stuck over there.
What I wanted to talk about last week, we didn't talk about at all, was the stocks and the Bitcoins and stuff. I want to get into that a little bit.
Yeah, they have too much
and whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever else you guys got that you guys might want to bring across.
He's got a tie on.
Y'all didn't get the memo?
Yeah.
Y'all didn't get the memo? Don't tell me y'all didn't get them.
This nigga look like a 1983 Chippendale reject.
No, you look like that dude on the corner by the bodega, bro.
That's right. That's me. That's me. But listen. For the record, I got the memo. Okay. Now what we discussing? We discussing Bitcoin. We discussing Texas. We discussing what's the next one?
I want to talk about the Fallon Fox, the transgender that was fighting in the MMA. It's a bit dated. It was a little bit back, like last year or so. But the conversation came up through Facebook. Penny wanted to bring that up. And Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh passed away. We can start that one off there. Rush Limbaugh passed away. I'm sure a bunch of you don't care, but I thought that shit was kind of crazy. It's funny how these people who are in visual seats, you know what I'm saying, like either actors or radio hosts or politicians, when they get sick, you don't never know until they just drop dead. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll hear about them being sick, but you don't never see a progression. Kind of like it reminded me of the Black Panther dude. Oh man!
Because you know what? Because a lot of people try to, like when they go through their little cancer stunts or whatever they go through, they try to keep it quiet. They don't really, they don't really, like that's not something that you just want to broadcast. Because hopefully, you're dealing with it. Sometimes it's private. You try to get.
But in the age where these people be hiding in your toilet to count your butt hairs.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I wonder why it's not really more. You know what I'm saying? Like really more
So
thought.
so who died? Who died again? You said.
That was Rush Limbaugh.
Okay. Next topic. What's that? Are we going to Bitcoin now?
Yeah.
We're not going
I
now.
mean, I mean, do we really
Hold
care?
on,
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I don't hate him. I know who he is. Do we really got to talk about him? We can talk about somebody else. Let's talk.
Like I just
Let's
said.
talk.
Like
Yo,
I
if that's the case,
said.
let's talk about my tie. This shit is like motherfucking Gucci shit. Let's go. I mean, we're gonna talk about anything.
Who made the
Hey,
time?
you got his jacket.
Who
Yeah, I
made the
got.
time?
Who made the tie?
Yeah, who made the time?
This is
You
not
fucking
Versace.
talk about the time.
Listen, let me tell you, this ain't Versace. This is Vinny.
This is Benny.
This is Vinny. My man Vinny got this out the flea market down the block.
Is that one of your girlfriend's pantyhose around your neck right now?
No. In all reality,
Really?
this is.
Really? Is that one of you? Yeah, it is. It is a panty.
Is this a headscarf?
This,
She
yo,
got
dog,
the hair.
dog,
She got the hair.
Yeah, it's not November yet. Ramadan is in November, my brother.
yo, bro.
Assalamu alaikum.
All offside.
I gotta keep my hair. I gotta keep my hair tucked in.
Yeah, keep that hair. Keep that hair
I
right.
gotta keep my hair tucked in.
Keep
Okay.
what they say? My truth.
Yo,
All right. Okay. Come on. Let's go. What's up? Who's next?
I want to talk about the Fallon Fox. Penny, you want to start that one off?
you
She
gotta
gotta
unmute
unmute
yourself.
herself. You gotta unmute yourself.
To ask her to unmute. Oh, okay. I see what I'm. Okay, let me see.
Yo, Ann, go to the Central Park and tell her to unmute herself.
There we go.
Hey,
No, he has to mute himself because we're in the same room, or we'll echo.
Me.
oh,
So,
you in Central Park too?
so Fallon Fox
Opposite day.
was born in Toledo, Ohio, as a male, and decided he wanted to be a female. Then got into MMA fighting. She did a couple matches, got her ass beat some asses, but then towards the end of her career, she beat a girl, gave her a concussion, broke 7 orbital bones, and gave her a brain injury. And she made a comment that this is all sparked over that her teammates had no idea that she was transgender. My personal feeling is they should have known that she was transgender, and they should have had the choice to not decline in their career if they didn't fight her. And I think it's wrong that they didn't know she was transgender, because I don't care what you say. I years ago was in an abusive relationship, and I know we were about the same size, and he still beat my ass. You know, men have different kind of strengths than women do.
Well,
So
I
there's a
mean,
discussion.
well, let me start by saying you were probably out of pocket. You probably said something that you shouldn't have said.
I'm sure.
And
You know, what woman doesn't?
So that's what started it.
Mike, you out of pocket. So in other words, she deserved to get the shit smacked out of her.
I didn't say that.
was-
I didn't say that.
I mean, that's what
I
you
didn't
said.
say that.
You
You're
basically
assuming.
said-
You're assuming.
Well, I assume that she said the wrong thing and got the shit smacked out of her, and I continue on. Go ahead.
Or he could have said something and she slapped the shit out of him, and then he retaliated.
Bro,
You don't know. You
listen.
don't know.
It could have gone anyway. It could have been, you know what I'm saying, a look, a feeling, just an emotion. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you got to get your woman straight your way, bro. You know what I'm saying? I get mine.
Well, getting back to the subject, this Fallon Fox or whatever, this is the first I heard of it since you talked about it yesterday. This is crazy what I've been reading. You know, right now she's currently under review for fighting for her license in Florida for fighting because her prior 3 competitors didn't even know she was a dude or was a dude. You know, and then even Joe Rogan has come out and said things like, "You're not a girl. You're a man without a dick." I mean, I don't know how far she went with the surgery or whatever, but like Penny said, you can be bigger than the dude. He just happens to have more strength than you, or whatever. He beats the shit out of you. You know?
So let me ask this question. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think there is a way that you can implement transgender male to women into female sports in a fair playing field?
No.
You don't think
No,
that,
because listen, the man.
My question. Wait. This is my question. My question was because I guess some of them is combat, but they're doing racing like track and field as well. So if you had them in a higher weight class with a lower weight class in running is what I mean, and then in fighting be a lighter weight class as a transgender fighting a heavier weight class as a woman. You don't think that kind of balance it out?
No.
She did lose. She did lose, or he did. Fallon Fox lost a fight to a woman as well. So it's not like it couldn't.
And then that's when he realized I'm a man and I'm gonna start beating these bitches' asses. And then that's when he just started destroying them girls. Look, I mean, come on, let's be realistic. The average man, and I'm not saying this to take away from females, but the average man, if you look at any competition, any sport, anything that you put the man against the woman, the man has a tendency, if you put them on a race, the man has a tendency of being faster. Okay, you might have one woman out of a bunch of them that might be faster than the average guy. But if you put professionals against professionals in any sport, the men have a tendency of being more dominant. That's just the way it is.
Yeah,
they have an advantage. So for you to put a transgender in a ring with a woman and think that she ain't gonna get her shit split, they out of pocket.
So Penny,
wrong for that.
Real quick question: was she charged with anything?
No.
No. Wow.
No.
And
I watched the video of it. She actually like grabbed the girl's head and held it down while she came up with her knee, and the girl she hit was unconscious, face down in the mat.
But that happens all the time. That's happened with women, and that's happened with men.
No,
so that's happened before. Yeah. So
yeah, but they just when did they find out that she was a transgender? Was it after? I mean, obviously after, but was it days after or was it during the match? Like
they didn't say that.
Did they find out when his dick fell out of his panties? I mean, like when did they actually find out that this nigga was a transgender? Yeah. Like when he got excited. I mean, like when did they find out?
His ball sack came out of the drawers.
His ball print was in the panties a little too hard. They were like, "That's not a camel toe." What the fuck is that?
I have a suggestion.
Okay, go ahead. You have a suggestion? They have
women's sports. They have men's sports. So why can't they have transgender sports that anyone can enter? And just like the Special Olympics, they have their own little.
I agree, but the problem is they're going to come up with and say there's not enough of us.
They're going to say that they're being treated unfairly.
The rest of us are saying there's too many.
They identify as women, therefore they're women. That's the whole fight.
Cool. All right, so moving on. I know you mentioned deaths. Rush Limbaugh, commitment to excellence. He's dead. He's gone. But today I found out somebody that me and Aunt actually hung out with in a club, Prince Marky D from the Fat Boys.
Passed away?
Yeah, he passed away. Yeah, no doubt.
Passed away today.
Oh, you guys knew him?
We didn't know him. We just hung out.
One of the original Fat Boys.
Yeah,
you know
dude.
Hey, Smoking Joe.
Yo,
they was Aunt and Michael was groupies.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all they were.
Okay. So what happened was actually how we met him was he was on a local radio station down there in Miami, and we were promoting our clothing line.
All right.
And I forgot where exactly, what club or whatever, but he ended up hanging out with us in the club, and he was a pretty cool dude. Him, Special Ed, is that his name?
Yeah, Special Ed.
Special Ed, him, Special Ed, and Bismarck, and Dougie was there. So, and how I knew Dougie was obviously through my cousin Chubb.
Okay.
So he got us into the club, and we hung out in VIP. And these are the guys that we were rubbing shoulders with all albums. Nice.
Okay, so hey, so
I heard it. Not those people.
This Chubb or Chubb Rock?
no, Chubb Dog.
Oh, Chubb Dog. All right.
So,
Chubb hooked us up. I know Dougie through Chubb.
All right.
And that's the only reason why I would know him or he would know me or whatever. I just mentioned his name and he real cool dude.
Most men know Chubb Dog. There's a lot of men that know Chubb Dog.
Thank you. I want to,
man.
hey, Michael.
So
when Prince Marky D took Ant back to the hotel, what happened later? Get to that part. Get to the groovy part. Let this nigga go back to the hotel.
You know what? I never hung out in the
with Special Ed. He went with Doug and he went with Prince Marky D back to the hotel.
I did not witness that.
You went home, right?
Much as I love you, cuz I ride no nigga's dick. Sorry.
Okay.
That's you.
Here we go.
You a name dropper.
The eventful thing that actually happened that night is I almost got into a fight with he's dead too. What's his name? Boys.
Damn, you killing everybody.
Boys in the hood. Is it?
Yeah, Ice-T. No,
John Singleton.
John Singleton.
Yeah, he. I asked him about. He said he was working on a project. He was talking to me and my other boy at the time. I forgot his name. Brian, I think. And he came out.
Brian. That's a hell of a name.
No, my man's name is Brian.
Oh.
And they were talking music, and he said that he was going to give Brian a call regarding a soundtrack or whatever. So I jumped in and said something about placement product, about putting these shirts on them. And he looked at me and he said, my man, I don't got time to talk about your piece of shirts. I'm trying to get some pussy. And that's all he had to say. And I have rage in my eyes after that. I was like, what you said? No, big to-do happened. Big to-do happened after that. My man Irie jumped in and was like, yo, chill. Because it was a big celebrity thing. And I wanted to whip that boy's ass real quick.
Then you would have been a celebrity too.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't there to be a celebrity. I'm there to make money.
Wait a minute. Where was I?
You were talking to somebody.
You was at the hotel showing your people your gun.
It was in that club bed. So you know how big that shit was. Had a bunch of. So I was on one side with Brian.
And you was in the other bed with another nigga.
Damn, Chubb, you just can't get out of the bed with niggas, Chubb.
Listen, I'm sorry, but the opportunity is coming. Like he said, yo, we at club bed, and you was like, where was I? I was like, nigga, you were
just so strong. 17 years got you accustomed, bro. Got you accustomed. My dude, he's like, I can't. I love it.
Okay, I'm gonna stop.
It's just I can't remember everybody, but we were rolling deep. It was a bunch of us that day, and I forgot who was with me.
We didn't go to bed through the coalition, did we? Not through.
Because we got hooked up with Doug. Doug hooked us up, got us in the VIP, but then we probably did see those coalition dudes after that because Brian was there. I remember Brian.
Coalition.
I'm going to tell you the story. Wait
a minute. Let me ask you something. The coalition. When y'all was with the coalition, is that like a gang? Because that's a conspiracy.
Tell you what it is. Can I tell? Listen, Snaggletooth. Let me do.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Go ahead.
Check it out. So Michael and I and Michael are trying to do a clothing line. So Michael does a lot of talking to people. So he texts me and he says, yo, we got a meeting with some people over here at this address. Sends me the address at this time. So I go. I show up. This shit's like a little auditorium, like a little hood boxing ring arena or whatever. So you go into the back, like an auditorium. There's a little stage. There's about five 5 people up there. And then behind us, there's about 30 something, 40 people. And it's all urban, all black motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lady and about 4 other dudes up there. And what it is a coalition of entrepreneurs in Miami. And what they called it was Home Team. So what they were trying to do was everybody who's doing something promotes the next person who's doing something to keep shit moving inside the state with everybody there. You understand? So when I get there, we go to the back to sit down, and there's a dude up on the thing, and his name is DJ Disco Rick. And he was like you. He was Luke Skywalker's nut warmer. He was just like you. You know what I'm saying? I'm Luke's guy. I blow his nuts, whatever. So everybody was looking at him like, oh, this is the guy because he's down with Luke Skywalker and the 2 Live crew. So fine. Okay, I don't never done that thing before. Okay.
What happened?
All right, so anyway,
are you looking at the chat?
Yeah, he hit me in the chat. It hit me like a dog. I just got a dog in the headlights. Like, I thought it was the cops.
My bad.
We know where we at.
Cops?
I opened it up and looked at it, and I said, oh, okay.
So
My bad.
Now, the first group that gets up is this dude who just finished saluting me with some whatever, all thuggish, and he's like, yo, my name is Blase Blah, and I want to tell everybody I take a New York nigga and fuck New York niggas. I burn those niggas. I send them back to their fucking borough. I smack those niggas, blah, blah, blah. So one nigga after the next gets up. Yo, my name is Mook from the Fluke, and the fuck New York niggas, them niggas, blah, blah. Yo, I swear to God, nigga, I sat there for 35 motherfucking introductions like that. Then they come to me, and they're like, okay, who are you? And I go, nah, fuck me. You can talk to him. And they go, we know Michael. And I'm like, nigga, what you got me into, cuz? So I jumped up, and I was like, yo, what's up? My name is Ann Live. Me and my brother Mike, we started a clothing line out here for Florida, and we want to get Home Team motherfuckers to work.
Oh, you did them Florida? Why you ain't say you was in New York, nigga? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Michael.
Because they were saying everybody's new. They said we don't like New York niggas, so you wasn't going to say nothing.
He's not telling the truth. I came up there and was like, yo, I'm from New York, and then if any motherfucker don't like it, step to me right now.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, that's the Ann I know.
Wait, let me tell you.
That's the Ann I know.
Let me tell you exactly what I said. Check it. I jumped up, and I was like,
that's the Ann I know.
I started off with that we from home. We trying to fuck with Home Team. But I want to let y'all know, I'm from the motherfucking Bronx. And I know why you niggas hate us. You hate us because we come down here, we buy your work, we fuck your bitches, and we go home. Then we come back, we buy your work, we fuck your sisters, we fuck your bitches, and then we go home. That's why you hate us so much. And let me tell you why you hate us and why you can't do nothing about it. Luke Skywalker's a big deal. Yeah, everybody loves that. Don't stop, get it. But if Luke Skywalker ever went to the Bronx and went to the edge of the stage and spit into the crowd and said, fuck you, New York niggas, Luke Skywalker would be an angel in heaven. Okay? He would not make it back to Florida.
This is during the time. This is also during the time where it was the early 2000s, I think. So a lot of Fat Joe was starting to do Miami.
Remember, Busta Rhymes was big over here at that time.
Yeah, they started using, because they started using the studios in South Beach and everything, and that's when Khaled was on and everything. Yes. So a lot of shit was pumping back then.
I tell them, I'm like, what's his name? I said, this nigga comes in here, he does a sold out show, Busta Rhymes, and he spits into the crowd and says, fuck you, Miami niggas. And 1 month later, he comes back to a sold out crowd in the same place. And you bitch niggas, all you do is sit there talking about, I hate New York niggas. I said, you ain't never gonna go to New York and have a New York nigga say, I hate Miami niggas. I hate California people. You don't never hear that shit out there. Because we hate everybody.
So that's what that whole movement was back then.
That's what that was. Anyway,
Disco Rick didn't like that, called him Disco Dick.
Did anybody
he said, fuck the West Coast, East Coast something.
No, it was not in Miami. Miami wasn't like that. It was just the local dudes that were into that.
Did anybody step to me? Was Steve's question that night?
No. Listen, not for nothing. I'm a kind dude. I'm a nice guy, but ain't nobody stepping to us.
Hey, let me just say this. Let me tell you something. I seen that motherfucker spaz out before. That ain't going down. You know, I mean, like we could talk a lot of crazy shit, you know, and ain't like we killers and we tough, but we far from punks.
Nah, that's true.
And that's just the truth. We ain't go around and be like, yo, what you doing? We ain't on that type of time. But don't bring it out.
And there's camera work. There's camera. I'm sure there's some footage of us when we stepped into Tampa, into that arena, when they tried to stop us. And they're like, where you going? Fuck you mean where we going? Don't worry about where we're going. We're going over here. Nobody fucked with us. That's it. That's it. I don't promote violence, but we ain't no punks. We ain't walking away from shit.
All right, let's stop that.
But come on, I got a comment.
Go ahead.
You both are a little older.
Now.
And you move a little slower now.
Now, yeah.
So you got to be a little careful.
No. You know what that means, Penny? We just fuck people up our age. That's all that means. If they're our age, they get fucked up.
We discriminate. We actually discriminate.
Listen, let me tell you, when I was locked up, right? Let me just say this. When I was locked up, right, and we had like the New York car. So, and then, you know, it was a bunch of New York dudes and we on the compound. And you know, like if something jumps off, you know, it might be New York against Florida or New York against the Bloods or New York against Cali or whatever. So when we used to have New York meetings and they used to say, so what you doing? I'll say, listen, I'm out of a certain age. So now that I'm only going to fight, like if my car has a New York car has a beef with the New Jersey car, it might be an old man against a young dude. That's unfair. So what we do is we'll take a young dude to fight the young dude. So now I used to tell them all when they got old dudes that's got high blood pressure, diabetic and all like that, you niggas call me because I got in the wheelchair, you know, canes, you know, got sling on their arm. That's what y'all niggas call me. I'm whipping that ass. You know what I'm saying? That's just simple shit. That's what we do.
Dudes are rolling out of ICU. Yeah. And Chubb is like, that's me right there.
That's me right there. You know, you know the guy that can't see in the sun got the real dark glasses? Oh, we going out in the sun to fight. You know, that's what we do. And you know, that's it.
I'm Chubb Dog. You better stop talking.
That's
just the way that shit is, yo. Okay, let's go.
I mean, not for nothing though. If something were to go down that involved my family, my son, or whatever, and the dude's half my age, I'm just gonna have to take one for the team. I mean, as simple as that.
But
I mean,
I will. I mean, not that we around, we jumping. I mean,
we ain't fighting fair. You know,
I mean, yeah, we ain't fighting fair. We ain't fighting fair.
That's just the way it is.
You know, and you know what? And the way we promote it, like, yo, this is gonna be a one-on-one. Nobody jumps in. As soon as Mike swing, I'm swinging too. I'm gonna break the rule right there. It's a done deal.
Like, yo, what happened to one-on-one?
Yeah, fuck that.
But take your shoe off and beat him with it.
What? That has happened.
Take off your shoe and beat him with it.
That has happened.
You just gotta be like, yo, dogs. It was one-on-one. I hit him and then he hit him. I hit him and then he hit him. We didn't hit him at the same time, nigga. It was one-on-one. What the hell? Shit. All right, yo, listen. I want to talk about Texas, bro. It's freezing.
Texas.
Yeah, listen.
They out there freezing because they're losing power, man. That's crazy shit. They're having rolling blackouts in the middle of being frozen.
How about this? They said Ted Cruz went to Cancun. Did you hear that?
Who cares about one person?
No. Listen. He's the representative of Texas. And when the storm came and everybody's out, he's in fucking Cancun.
Let me ask you a question. I get it. Let me ask you a question, my dude. If you see that you have a means to go on a vacation and weather's coming bad, you're going to say, nah, fuck it, I'm going to stay here fucked up with my constituents because they going to be fucked up. No. I'm going to Cancun. I made reservations.
At the end of the day, it's fucked up.
It is fucked up, but hey, he got good timing. He got good timing.
Listen. It's
Come on, that's girl
you
shit.
know,
Nobody
come
said
on,
nothing about
you have a.
Houston
My
going to the
chickie was
Super Bowl.
predated.
What
Say
about
it again?
Paul seeing these people? Come on.
That trip was he's right. The trip was predated. It was already he already planned
Listen,
that.
come on, man. He was supposed to stay put.
It's a
Listen.
non-refundable ticket.
Yeah, COVID. He couldn't cancel it within 24 hours.
As a good politician, I don't want to waste your money twice. I made sure I didn't waste your money twice. I saved your money. Right? I mean, that's what he says. He's like, no, I had to. Listen. If I would have canceled, your money would have went to nothing.
And you guys talk shit about it.
No doubt. But that's
all right, tell me about the basic stuff on stocks, man.
you know what the problem is?
Watching some of my friends you be doing it and everything. Maybe I don't know how much you dump into starting with. $100, $200.
Well, it depends on what you. All right, so let me school y'all on something. This is gonna take maybe 10 minutes. All right, so check it out. With stocks.
Wait. That's Chuck Dog posing when he beats up an old man in the house.
We're talking about stocks. My stock market, he's in the money.
Okay, go ahead.
No, Michigan. So anyway, all right. So I'm not the brightest guy, not a smart guy in any means.
We agree with that.
I'm not a financial advisor. I just know what I do with my money.
Okay.
So, Joe, first of all, what you got to do, and you should teach your son this too, everything is long term. You got to get it in your head that long term. You got to think 20, 30 years. So you got to instill this into your son. Mm-hmm. You got to tell him, put money away. Fuck savings accounts because you don't get anything for savings. They tell you, oh, you get an interest in save. No, they don't. They just use your money to make other investments. And when you want to take your money out, they take it from somebody else. So what you got to do is get with a brokerage firm like Charles Schwab or Stash or Webull or Robinhood, or you got to see which one is best for you. Because Stash takes out $1 a month to maintain whatever. Webull doesn't do any of that. I don't know what Robinhood does. I'm not sure. What else is there? I forget what else. But first of all, you can open an account with Webull with $100. You can open up an account with Stash for $5. You can. So it depends. You got to do your research and figure it out. Then, what you need to do is find out what stocks you're gonna buy. Obviously, you're not gonna buy a whole share of Google, which is $3,000.
Right.
So you may want to buy partial. So you put in 100, put
fractions
100
of a share.
Right, you buy fractions of a share, and what you do is instead of let's say it goes up, you put 100, and 3 weeks from now it goes up to $103. Your money's worth 100. Your share is 103. Don't take out those $3. Just reinvest it into the thing. That way you own $103 worth of a stock that's worth $3,003.
Right.
So you got to, and then keep feeding. Instead of feeding your savings account, try to feed your brokerage account. So instead of how you paycheck or whatever, you get direct deposit, it goes into your savings account. Mm-hmm. Don't put it into your savings account. Put it into that brokerage account and keep accumulating, your funds. What I've learned also is to invest in companies that you use. You go to Walmart every fucking week, invest in Walmart. You watch Netflix every week, invest in Netflix. Whatever edible that you're chewing on, see if they have stock. If you like it and you know it's popular where you're from, invest in those in that company. Everybody in the world knows now that I have a Tesla. I invested in Tesla because I think it's a good company. The car is great. Tesla also is linked with Starlink, I think it is, which sent up some satellites up to the space Mars or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're going to do a satellite, like
OnStar and stuff like that.
Yeah, shit like that. Exactly. So those things, you know, they're gonna make money. If Tesla is doing well, that Starlink is gonna do well. This guy keeps sending up ships to do satellites. Obviously, he's investing a lot of money into it. I think is gonna do well. Um, I mean, there's a bunch. Apple coming out with an electric car. Um,
What I invested in is I invested into a Chinese server, uh, web server, and I've already got off of them. Like I think it was like tell you right now.
yeah, so Joe, that's what I would do. I would invest in things that you already know, and
Oh,
that you and the ones that you don't know about, do your research. Everything's online. Everything's there for you to look, and bring your son. Tell your son, sit down with you and look at this. You know what? You want Converse sneakers? This is what Converse is doing. Obviously, you can see if it's red, the stock is going down. If it's green, it's going up. And you tell them, listen, those sneakers suck. Invest in something else. Because even when you buy a product, you're investing in it. So when you
uh,
go
uh,
ahead, when you buy that Kango, you invested some money into Kango. So
okay.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Uh,
No, so that's what.
the
What's
Chinese
that?
thing that I got is already yielded $10,
It's
and I've
good.
only had it for like a month.
Wow, you rich.
No,
So
I'm not
what?
saying that. What I'm saying is that I look towards China because I know that China's doing a lot of shit. China's doing a lot of building in all these different countries.
But you got to be careful also because if we ever got into a war with China, they will eliminate that shit, and you won't get a motherfucking dime because China will
Okay.
be like, well, you're
Yeah, that's
American,
what
you're not getting
when do
nothing.
you want? Can you pull out and get into something different, or
Do they
Yeah.
do?
no?
Do
That's
they
what
still
you
say
mean.
that? Because like in World War II, the motherfuckers are still investing back and forth.
Yeah, but we're not at war right now.
That's what I'm saying.
That's but but that's what I would do. I would invest in.
Okay.
I mean, I'm talking shit because I haven't invested in a lot of things. But
No,
if I had the money, which I should, instead of taking my fat ass to lunch every once in a while, I can afford to put $10 into a brokerage account and invest in something like that. Because 20 years from now, I may not have teeth to eat, but
Well, like me.
I'll be able to go on vacation somewhere, or
Okay, Joe, let me chime in for that. Last year, I started investing. I started with Robinhood. Let me just tell you one of the key things that the guy that was teaching me told me. If you buy one stock for $100 and tomorrow is worth $50, that one stock, how much did you lose?
$50.
You didn't
You
lose.
didn't, wait a minute, listen.
Okay.
You didn't lose $50 because you didn't sell it.
right, your value lost
Remember,
fifty
it's just the
percent.
value lost 50%. So now let me bring you up to date. Through the course of the year of last year, I actually managed to save $4,800. That's what I actually put into my brokerage account.
Okay.
My $4,800 is now valued at maybe 75 to almost $8,000. Now, don't get
And
me
that's in
wrong,
less than a year, right?
and that's less than a year because now and that was due to the course of me putting like 50 here, 100 there, and like one time I had a party Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with overtime on my paycheck. So and all them parties, I wound up putting like Mike said, a Tesla. At the time, Tesla was like maybe $800. Somebody was talking about it, and I went from owning a fraction of a share. Hypothetically, the stock cost $100. I put 25 on it. I own
Right.
one quarter of the stock of that share. So now I managed to buy the
Yeah.
whole share. So now, and that's how I built my 4,800 through the course of a
Okay.
year. Now, what
Uh-huh.
you got to realize is that the banks are only giving you 0.1% of whatever you save in the bank. You also got to remember that inflation on the average is 1.5 to 2% going up higher every year. So if you put your money in the bank and inflation is more than what the interest is giving you on the bank, you're never going to get ahead. So you got to understand that. When you put your money into stocks, like Mike said, you should put it into long-term stocks. You should look at a company that you think is going to benefit 10, 15 years from now, like Tesla, like Airbnb, like just different stocks that might be just coming out. Now, don't get me wrong. You can put your money into established companies. But if you're going to put your money into an established company, at least try to get dividends. Dividends is quarterly earnings that the company gives their shareholders. So when they give that money to you, you might have one stock for $100. They might give you, say, $2 per quarter because they giving you profits. Now, that $2 might not seem like a lot, but what you could do is you could have it set up where the $2 buys more fractions of a share. So if you just leave that $100 there, and every quarter they keep giving you $2, $2, $2, imagine in 10 years what that $2 keeps buying as far as stocks is concerned.
Right.
And in 10 years, the stock that's worth $100 might be worth two, 300, 400. And instead of you having one share, because you get dividends every quarter that buys more fractions of a share, then at the end of the 10 years, you might have 10, 15, 20, 30 shares that might be valued, if not $100, they all might be valued two, $300. So if you're gonna look into the stocks, try to get stuck, try to get stocks that give you dividends. Because if you don't do nothing else, at least every quarter, when they give you that money, that gets reinvested it back into a stock, and it's a no-brainer at that point.
And
No matter if
it's called
it's
drip.
called
A
it's
drip.
called drip. Yeah, it's
It's
called
called
drip. I can get
dividends
into that.
reinvestment plan. So when
That's
they
right.
say, "Do you want drip?" you say yes. Go ahead, Steve. What
Yes,
happened?
that's
Question: have you guys ever had a stock that split on you?
yeah. Tesla
Oh,
did that.
if it
Okay.
splits, you're even better.
Yeah.
I back
Okay.
in the
Okay.
day, I had Procter and Gamble, which is Gillette. Back in the day, I don't know what it is now, but back in the
Manuel Ohio.
Okay.
and
Well,
they split.
I had Tesla right before they split. I started watching Tesla last year, and when I first started watching Tesla, it was like 800. When it actually got up to 2,500, I already had and owned one share. Now, I didn't have the share at 25. I think I finally caught up to buying one share at maybe the 16, $1,700 mark. So when they got to 2,500, what they said was they was going to give you a 5-to-1 split. So now understand it. At the time, one share was worth 2,500. When they split, they went into five shares and each one was worth $500. So instead of me having one share, I have five shares and it was still valued at $2,500. And then from there, like right now, the last time I checked, Tesla's up to $800 now. But now I got five shares of it. And at the same time, they could do a reverse split. It's the same concept. I could have five shares and then they could say, okay, we're going to reverse it and we're going to go back to one share. But the value of that share is going to be equivalent to your five shares.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So,
All right.
so that's our lesson in stocks.
Investing and bam.
That's your lesson in stocks. And let me tell you something.
But
The
long
thing about it,
Long term.
term is the key here.
Okay,
Yeah,
now
you got to
listen.
be patient. You got to be patient and keep
Let-
feeding the pig. You ever hear
let-
that expression?
let-
Keep feeding the pig.
Let me tell you something that you got to remember now. And the way I'm doing it, I'm taking majority of my money and I'm putting it to long term. But now I do have like maybe $1,000, $1,500 that I'll be trying to quick flip. I'll be trying to look for that stock that I'll be trying to like I had a weed stock not too long ago that I put 2,500 into. I try to actually get to I've seen it go to a certain number and then I seen it come down. So when it came down, that's when I bought. And I said, you know what, let me put this 2,500 and let me try to double it. I might have made roughly $300 because the whole time I was waiting, my stock value was negative. So instead of it being worth 2,500, it was almost like 2,000. I was losing about 500, and it took a long time for me to get to a certain point. You know what I wound up doing? When it got to the point where it was valued at maybe 26 or 2,700, I sold it because I was like, okay, I need my money back because because it's tying up. You know what I missed out on? Not being patient. I missed on tripling my money. I could have had 7,500 if I would have just waited 3 more weeks. Now think about it.
Seems
From
like
3
my dad
weeks,
did
I
that.
would have had 7,500 because just in 3 weeks, that shit shot up, and it would have tripled my money on top of the 2,500 I would have had back.
Yeah.
So now you got to remember, when you're dealing with stocks, you got two things. You got the fear of losing money and the greed of making money.
Yeah.
One of the two is going to win.
All right.
Always wins.
Always wins.
Mhm.
Let me put my
So-
scarf back on.
Word,
Yeah,
word.
you see, we forgot
No,
about your
we got a
jacket.
dress code. No, we got a dress code. I got the memo. I got the memo. Yeah. But go ahead.
That's what's
That's
up.
stocks.
Cool.
Any other questions? Anything?
What's your thought on a 401k?
Safe and good. You're leaving it up to the professionals,
Yeah.
and you
You
get
just pick some and let
you
them
getting
do it.
and they putting into whatever they think.
They
Listen,
think-
nobody loses money in long-term stock. What the hell is he doing?
Listen, that's facts, because you know what? At the same time, what you got to understand is that when you invest in long term, you put that $100, 10, 20 years, that $100 might be worth, say,
105.
Say, yeah, man, no, it might be worth 1,000. It might be worth 1,500. But now, if you keep adding every year, like I know somebody's stock, like I think my mother and father, they had stocks that was like, I don't know how much they invested, but they was up to like about $120,000. And then at one point, the stock market went crazy, and the value of that 120 went down to like about 90. They lost 30,000 just like that.
The value.
So what they had a tendency of doing is taking their money out of it and keeping the gains. Because if you keep the gains, then if it keeps going down, and then when it starts coming back up, you buy low. The whole thing about buying stocks is that you buy low, you sell high. You never sell high, and you never buy high and sell low. It just don't work that way. And that goes back to the $100 stock. If the value of that stock goes to $50, you didn't lose no money, because you're not going to sell it for $50. Because as quick as it went down, 3 weeks later, I could have been sitting on $7,500. Just like that. You got to be patient. And and one thing Mike keeps saying, do your due diligence. You got to pay attention to what the hell is going on. You can't just say, oh, I got $1,000. I'm going to put it on this stock because it's only a half a penny or something like that. And you think you're going to come up. Yeah, it does work that way, but that's far and few.
You got to pay attention to news. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things with stocks, because
right.
you know, a lot of people say, oh, you got to when you get stocks that you don't have to pay attention to it. You do. You got to pay attention to it, because news, oil, whatever.
That's right. Lawsuits.
Yeah.
Like say you
Accidents.
invested in McDonald's. Say you invested in McDonald's, and then all of a sudden McDonald's come up with they discriminate against black people, or they found that the meat is horrible, or is processed, or something like that. Boom, their stock goes down. But what you got to pay attention to is that McDonald's ain't going nowhere. So once they have that scandal and that stock go down, that's the best time to buy. Yep. Because you better believe that eventually McDonald's is going to go back up.
I mean, there's certain instances, like a plane crash, where Boeing with their airplanes were bad. Right. They haven't recovered from that. The cruise lines, because of the pandemic.
Well, the pandemic right now got cruise lines and got airlines. All their stocks is down. So now with the vaccine coming around, everybody's looking at those stocks saying that they're going to go back up. Because as soon as everybody get their vaccines, everybody's going on goddamn vacation. That's why Airbnb is a good investment, because people are looking at, now don't get me wrong, this is just my opinion. I am not no motherfucking advisor. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. I'm gambling as far as I'm concerned. But if you really want to look at it, when all this is over, everybody's going on vacation, but they still going to be skeptical about going to hotels and stuff like that. Airbnb is going to be perfect, because I can take my family, still go to the house. We can still wipe down, wear the mask. We don't have to wear the mask in the house and all like that, and still be safe. Okay.
So for instance, in California, there's not going to be any gas-powered cars manufactured after 2035. Also in Europe, they're doing the same thing. There's no cars going to be manufactured that are going to be gas powered. So they're going to try to convert over to electric or natural gas. So you got to look into those things. I mean, it's on the news every day. We just ignore
every
it.
day. That's right. Because you know
good.
why? Because our money is not involved in the different things that we need to have our money. Our money has to work for us. That's the only way people like us can get ahead. Right. And the younger the kid starts, like Joe, if you got a son and he's young, you teach him now. By the time he gets to be my age or Mike's age, or he's going to be straight.
What does he mean by people like us?
Oh color, no, I meant see people like me and Joe. You people like you, nigga. Right. You know, you much older.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know when you was investing it with dinosaur bones.
You mean pirates?
Yeah, stones and rocks.
That's what I mean.
You know, you be like, I want to invest fire.
The wheel.
I want to invest the wheel. Yeah.
What is this? A match? Oh my God!
Is that right?
The railroad.
So so that's what's up.
What's the next topic?
I think that's it for that. We're an hour in.
Your scarf.
Yeah.
Damn. Listen, Vinny, not Versace.
Vinny, yeah. We know.
So this week, where you spending?
Hey, Joe, that look like a butt plug. It do. Let me tell you something.
You high though.
I bet you. If you I ain't even gonna go there. Anyway, I'm spending at Angels of Harlem.
What days?
You know, I'm there on Saturday. Matter of fact, in New York City, they just went back to opening up the restaurants, and they doing 25% capacity inside. So now this weekend, which was Valentine's weekend, they actually was the first weekend that Cuomo opened everything back up. And I spend there on Saturdays between from 5 to 10. Now, when they came around the week, I was there last night because right before the pandemic hit, I was actually playing there on Saturday, and then I was doing good, and they gave me another night. But I only played there for like 3 nights, and then the pandemic hit, and then everything shut down. So now that they back in rotation, I played last night, and I'm playing Saturday. Okay. So hopefully, I got a couple weddings on my board. I got a couple parties on the board. So I'm hoping that it picks back up because that side money makes a world of a difference.
Let me ask you something. Do you have a SoundCloud account?
You know what? Let me tell you something. Mike, I've been chasing money so much that I don't have time to be dealing with this SoundCloud, Twitch, and I should. I'm
you make more money that way.
You make more money, man. But listen, I gotta get up and go to work. I'm just not D nice.
Right. I'm just saying.
I would. I go on Instagram. D Nice can go on Instagram and he could play 100 songs and be on there for an hour and they never kick him off. I play 1 minute of a song. They be like, "Nigga, you not D Nice. You better get off this goddamn Instagram."
I hear you.
So to me, it's like a joke. So now my thing is that when I go to parties and people hear me, they constantly coming up to me. Yo, let me get your car. Like the other day. A girl came up to the DJ booth and she said, "You know what? I didn't even know there was a DJ here. You've been rocking all this time. Let me get your car because me and my fiance are getting married and we're looking for a DJ." Just like that.
And Joe, where you gonna be at? I know you're on the radio, but do you do live appearances?
Not right at the moment. But
what's the radio station you're on?
Back into it, yeah.
What's the radio station?
Well, right now I just do some Zeno radio. Just my home thing until I get on the KNYO up in Fort Bragg. Some KNYO. I don't know how I'm gonna do the catchphrase yet, but
Penny, Penny at Central Park. Are you bird watching?
You're not being a Karen, are you?
You're not being a Karen. Now I was just thinking the same thing. Don't go there and talking about, oh, there's a black man.
Some of that fuck you farms right here.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Stepchild OG. You know about that.
And a real quick shout out to Penny for getting me that award. I saw that on Facebook like 3
Oh
minutes
yeah,
ago.
matter of fact, yo, I'm proud of you,
Oh,
Penny.
don't bring that up.
I seen that. No, I seen that, Penny.
Good
I'm
job.
proud
Good
of
job.
Thank
Good
you.
job. Yeah.
Somebody's a little jelly.
As a person that
Oh,
knows
yeah,
how
I can
hard
see
you
that.
work year round.
Yeah. Matter of fact, you should get an
you-
award being in that goddamn house with Ant. That's what you should.
That's what I agree.
Yeah, that you should get a bigger award for that because I know that's a lot of work.
Oh, I know. I've seen it firsthand. And she's taking care of my kids too. So
Let me tell you,
and other people's kids.
every day.
What'd you say?
She gets an award from me every day.
That's what I'm talking about, cuz. Put the Mac in the Mac.
Wait, Mike.
It's a small token of his appreciation.
Yeah, thanks for the suggestion for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, what happened?
You've seen my gift, right? On Facebook?
No, did I see it?
Yeah, you did. You commented.
Oh,
did I?
Bullets. He gave you bullets?
No.
No, what was it? Oh,
shower curtain.
Oh, you got the shower curtain, but you got like vitamin E.
I seen that. A vitamin E oil. I seen that. And one more thing.
Buttercup.
Yeah, I seen that. That was
He
good.
forgot the rose.
No, but it was supposed to be baby oil, not vitamin E oil. The hell's he thinking?
Vitamin E oil would be better because I'm older. It's better for your skin.
It's less slick. It's less.
I didn't know he was a therapist.
Yeah.
Oh, pharmacist.
Oh,
This nigga's a
boy.
pharmacist now? I got vitamin E, vitamin D, vitamin C. Yo, just put it all on your body. We gonna be good. If your skin ain't gonna be soft, you're gonna be healthy. Mike, if your skin ain't soft, you're gonna be healthy. Don't even worry about it.
I would love to have been the fly on the wall for that one.
Oh man.
I had it all set up. I had the chocolate, had the lotion, the oil, had the shower curtain,
And the vitamin E.
a gift, everything. It was all set up, dog.
Man, you a Rico Suave, man. I mean, listen, write the book, man, so I can read it. God
And
damn
he's
it.
one of the most romantic guys you've ever been with, right? By far.
Oh, by far.
By far.
All right, fellas.
All right.
I'll at y'all next week.
Hey, Joe,
Look,
I got something to show you.
mute me. I don't want to see it.
My new
Nice.
Those are some pretty leaves.
Yeah, I got to put a hole right here for a joint.
Since I'm corporate now, I think I'm gonna pass on that, man. Thank you.
All
I'm
right,
on
then.
parole, but I don't need it.
All right, people. Anything at closing?
Yeah, put that music on.
I did a new intro, but I guess it was it doesn't sound well. What you want me to play it again for? Hey, let me
No,
see.
I'm
Well,
saying
let's work on that for next week.
Let's work on the outro.
The outro I gotta do. I have to do a picture, a little video for it. But the outro was all right. Does the outro sound bad?
I have no
I
clue
mean,
what it sounds
you know
like.
what? It might not be the context. It's the way you mix it. It just sounds on my end. It sounds horrible.
There's the outro. This is gonna go out. I'm just gonna let everybody hear the outro.
Okay.
So I can leave?
No, not yet. You gotta listen to the outro. But I gotta listen to that shit. You gotta listen to it too, shit.
Yeah, misery loves company.
You better say it.
I can't hear shit.
Sounds good to me. Hey, get this shit together. You got camera problems. You got fucking music problems. It's ridiculous, man. What the fuck?
All across the world.
Get your mind off a penny for a few minutes, bro. Damn.
Yeah.
Quit making bullets for a couple hours.
No,
Yeah, no doubt.
no,
It's definitely the bullet thing. It's not me.
Did he slip in the bullet with the oil?
No.
Ah.
No.
Wait a minute. You know, hey, yo, Mike, you know,
I got no time.
Mike, there's a vibrator called the bullet, isn't it?
I heard of one. Yeah.
A
Yeah, you
pocket
probably-
rocket. Get it
Is
right.
there a vibrator
Oh,
called
damn.
a bullet?
To invest in some
What you
stocks
ask your
and
wife?
Nasdaq. What's the share on that?
I'm asking my wife.
Huh?
There is
Yeah.
one. There's
Oh, there
one
is
called
one?
a silver bullet,
The silver bullet. All
and
right.
there's
Silver
one called a
bullet.
pocket rocket,
And a
Pocket
pocket
rocket.
rocket. Which one you
Got
want?
them all.
and a rascally rabbit.
Rascally Rabbit, the Jack in the Box, the Pop with the Rocks, and she's got it all. You know, listen, we went to this thing called the Big Store.
Yo, you echoing.
I know.
It's
All
me.
right. All right, people. I'll holler at y'all next week.
All
It's,
right.
peace out. I'll talk to y'all next week.
Yeah,
Peace.
no doubt. All right, beat it.
Out of here. Intro. Fuck your thumbs.
Let me hear it.
I'm gonna try to do it. Hold on.
Oh, sounds good to me.
I don't know. It doesn't sound that low that you couldn't hear it before.
No, when I heard it before, just like I said, I think it's more of the mix more than anything.
Shut up.
So watching us up on youtube.com/the D420 Show. Thanks, y'all. Bud, peace, and happiness.
You saying you can't hear that at all?
No, I can hear it. You know what? Not for nothing. It might not even be the music. It could probably just be the setup and the headphones and your speaker and your camera and my camera or my phone. It could be a lot of things. I could probably go to the house and it probably sound clear as hell.
Dean.
All right, we don't want to put out your number.
Okay. Well, listen. I'll see you, Aunt Joe, Penny,
All right, guys.
Michael left.
Peace.
All right, OBB.
Peace.
Remember, I got jokes and I keep them.
We know you got jokes.
Okay. All right. I love y'all, man. You'll be good.
Bro.
All right. I can take off my clothes now.
You said
Stay warm, brother.
Okay. Stay warm. Stay drunk. And all that.
make sure they
All
get
right.
back in.
Salute.